altcoins that are capable of doing a 100x move, a 100x return on our investment. That is what we are looking for. And since the halving is only 180 days roundabout away from us, which traditionally initiates the next big upwards move for over 500 days of bull run and bullish price action and altcoin explosions after Bitcoin tops out, we should be starting to research and to look into altcoins and see a potential of probably 20, 30, 40, 50x to 100x. So for today, I have picked two altcoins, one of which I talk about all the time, and the other one I have never made a video about. But before we start, please keep in mind that I'm a crypto and NFT investor and not your financial advisor. So please do your own research before you ape full degen into these altcoins or into Bitcoin or NFTs or whatever other investment opportunity that we're talking about. Also, if you enjoy this type of video and the videos outside here in the field, then please smash up the like button, because that is the most important thing. Also share it with other people if you think it's worth watching, and make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for the daily morning live streams and all the videos and stuff that is coming out on this channel regarding Bitcoin, crypto economy, altcoins, and especially Ecomi and Vivi. I also quickly want to thank my rare hodlers, my channel members, my Patreons, for always supporting me on my journey. This screen is for you. I thank you so much for this support. And with that out of the way, let's get finally started. So let's assess first what is necessary that these 100x gains can really be realized. What's necessary is that the bull run is coming and that the bull run is massive, and that the bull run is very strong, so that the returns are really big already on Bitcoin, so that the profits are big enough to make the altcoins explode. Some people are of the opinion that the next bull run is weaker than the previous one because, according to those people, we had stimulus checks and excessive money printing bringing us to these all-time highs and to these big returns in the altcoin market, and that this is not going to happen again. And let's take a quick look at the current situation in the market. We see at the moment that the US, which is just one of many countries, is heading into a massive debt crisis. Over 33 trillion US dollars in debt, and only interest rates on these $33 trillion is in the hundreds of billions. We have seen that the debt is piling on. There is 250 billion debt in only 1 week. That is debt growth. And at some point, this debt and the interest rates on it have to be serviced. The other side is that with the rising interest rates to more than 5.5%, the Fed has put enormous pressure on the banks. We have seen it before, the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, the collapse of Silvergate, the trouble of Credit Suisse and other banks that have been failing in and outside of the US. So what is going to happen is that probably these economical failures in enterprises, failures in companies, private failures, people that are indebted too hard and now get hit by rising interest rates, they need to be saved at some point by the government, or the entire economy will basically fail.
Listen, man, I just need some liquidity, you know what I'm saying? I just ran into some bad subprime, you know? We just had complex formulas. We just didn't factor in greed and panic, you know? I just need $805 billion by Tuesday. Yeah, no, seriously. No, I would not screw you again. It's pretty crazy.
I've learned my lesson.
No, baby, this is not like the other time. Seriously, just throw me a bed here, baby.
Just give me,
help me out.
Just give me a little bit.
Yeah, just a taste. That's all I need is a taste. I need $2.5 trillion. I'll pay you back.
So how can this happen? This only can happen by either a jump in GDP, like enormous GDP growth, which is more likely than not going to happen in that recessive environment, or by turning back on the money printer and start quantitative easing. And probably, since the debt is so high and since the economical trouble in the world is so high, somewhere, and very likely according to future statistics, somewhere around June next year, the money printer has to turn on again and interest rates will be cut down. A massive infusion of money into the economy will make the stocks skyrocket, will lead to a massive bull run in the Dow Jones, in the DAX in Germany, in the Nikkei, in whatever other stock market that you're seeing. And then big profits will come, euphoria will be coming, and then all of that will flow into the crypto market. Now, that is only one side of the story. We already know the other side, where just big crash is ripping everything down and Bitcoin goes to sub 10,000 and so on. But really, I want to focus on the scenario where the money printer goes on and really we have this massive excessive bull run based on quantitative easing, based on money infusion into the economy. So let's take that all as a premise and now look at our altcoins. And let's start out with altcoin number one, which is Verasity. Why is Verasity so interesting right now and why have I never talked about it? Verasity is a protocol and product layer platform for esports, video entertainment and digital content management. Its products include a proprietary ad stack and the VRA reward system, which has been integrated into SDKs for YouTube, Twitch, Vimeo and all major video platforms. That in itself is a very strong, very big use case in my opinion. And VRA is totally focused on esports, on video streaming, on ad revenues and so on. So very interesting use case. But what's new about this is that a couple of days ago, on the 2nd of October, Verasity announced that they are going to burn, and they have already done it, 50% of the entire circulating supply of Verasity, cutting it from 20 billion down to 10 billion circulating supply. Now, if we take the current price where it sits right now after retracing a little bit from the pump that followed the burn, and we calculate that to the all-time high, we get a roughly 16x if it only would revisit the all-time high. Now, reasonably, you would say, if the circulating supply now is only half of what it has been before, we should place the all-time high at double to just go back at the all-time high, which would be a 32x, right? So if we just take the market conditions of the last bull run and compare it with the current price action, where it sits right now and how much return we can expect, and that now supply is only half of what it was in the last bull run, then we should, only revisiting previous all-time highs, have a 32 point something x if you would go into position right now. And that is not an investment advice. This is only my personal view, my personal opinion, and why I wanted to have a little bit of Verasity in my portfolio. That also doesn't mean that you sell everything and put everything into Verasity. In fact, that means that you take my opinion as one reference point to your overall research and just see if it makes sense what I'm saying here or not. So, that's obviously not a 100x, that's only a 32x if we would revisit all-time highs. But considering that usually these assets, if they're doing well, if they do marketing, if they have a bigger follower base and so on, for example, if you look at Chainlink, they can exceed their previous all-time high and come to new all-time highs in the next bull run. So we should expect something above 32x for this coin, right? Okay, so now we're talking about something like 16 to 20 cents if we would exceed the all-time high for Verasity. But let's take into consideration that we will have money printing like never before in our life. Let's just assume that this is going to become a reality. Then yes, we could look at something 50 to 100x depending on how good the marketing is, how the adoption is. Also, Verasity has a deflationary system in place where roughly 200 million coins, so a fifth of a billion, is getting burned every quarter. That would put us at another billion until the bull run even starts being burned. So the circulating supply would decrease to 9.2 billion from the 10 billion that is left over, and then throughout the bull run by another 800 million to 1 billion if everything goes linear as it is at the moment. So in my opinion, very interesting project, very interesting tokenomics, and very interesting position where we are right now. Obviously, the previous pump could have more retracement. So if we would retrace a little bit more from where we are right now for Verasity and we take a position, then the X upside would, from this analysis standpoint, even grow more. So for me, that means, hey, do I want to have a $1,000 position, for example, on Verasity, and with a chance that it could grow to $50,000 or one? Yeah, definitely. For me, that is definitely something that I would want. I'm not there yet. I only have a little bit, like $150 or so of Verasity, but the more it retraces, the more I will DCA into that position. And if it goes off from here, then I am in bad luck and I couldn't build my position, right? But I think it's worth to look at this while we are still in this pre-halving phase. Now, let's get to our second altcoin, which is Ecomi. And you know, this whole channel evolves around Ecomi and Vivi and the crypto space, but the main focus was always on Ecomi and Vivi. And for Ecomi, if we would go back to all-time high with the circulating supply that we have right now and that we also had in the last bull run, it would also be a 16x from 0008 up to 1.3 cents. Roundabout would be a 16x, right? The one important factor is, and that Ecomi is like no other altcoins, is that Ecomi is on almost no exchanges. And Ecomi is not on any big exchanges with big volume yet. And this could change. And if you consider that the Vivi NFT app with all the big licenses like Disney and Marvel having brought out Star Wars under this umbrella, but also US Postal Service, Lamborghini, the Aston Martin dropped Warner Brothers and all this cinema stuff. If we all consider that this is a token, the Ecomi token, linked to all of these important brands, and that they are going to start a marketing machine that is going to bring massive volume to the token, which will make the token very attractive to be listed on exchanges, then we should expect that the previous all-time high at 1.3 cents with only 5 exchanges at the time, one of which was Uniswap, the other ones were OKX and Gate.io and something like that. If we consider that these exchanges, the big ones with a massive volume like Binance and Coinbase and KuCoin and Kraken and so on, that they all list this token, then the upside should be way higher than the 1.3 cents that we have seen in the last bull run. So let's consider marketing, exchanges, and an excessive money printing bull run as we have never been seeing it before. Ecomi could also be in that 100x range. Of course, we need Verasity and Ecomi to be listed on those exchanges, to perform well, to do marketing. And if we see at any point that this is not happening, then that is a major red flag to exit the position maybe, or to just take the access that we are getting just out of normal bull run behavior and maybe reduce the position and get into other projects. But for now, from the standpoint from now, both coins revisiting their all-time highs have a 16x, and considering further upside because of good project performance, I think the range is open to have a 100x coin here in front of us. Let me know in the comments below what you think these coins are capable of doing in terms of how much X they can go to the upside. Let me know which other altcoins I should look at, because in my morning coffee streams, if you don't know them yet, check them out. We have been looking at Arweave, we have been looking at Chainlink, we have been looking at Verasity already, and we are constantly looking at Ecomi and Vivi. And now is the time where almost no one pays attention to crypto. That is the time where massive accumulation is going on. And if you don't believe me, look at the chart here from Chainlink. I have never in my life seen such a massive accumulation phase, such a picture-perfect accumulation channel like on Chainlink right now. And together with the stats where we see that whales that are known whale wallets for Chainlink are just massively accumulating, pouring billions into Chainlink basically. We can see that this is the phase right now where we also want to get ourselves into position, even though we do not have that money like these whales have, where we want to get ourselves into position, at least if we have some dry powder on the sidelines, which we can spare and where we can say, yes, I can risk that. This will not be a harm if it all goes to zero. Then we can build up some positions. But as always, this is only my opinion. That is what I'm going to do. And yeah, if you like that, then please smash the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel, tick the little bell so always get notified whenever I upload a video. And I really want to do more of these outside videos. Look at this, the farmer already took profits here on the field. It's almost time for sunset. And yeah, if you enjoy these things with me, then smash up the like button. I will do more of this outside content whenever I can. And I'm really, really excited for what is ahead of us. And with that out of the way, wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. Go out into nature, enjoy a beautiful sunset if you can, and see you in the next video.